I used to spend 10 hours every week creating proposals after sales calls. Now, it takes me less than 5 minutes. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how I automated my entire proposal process using few simple tools that you already probably have access to. This system has not only saved me countless of hours, but has dramatically increased my close rates. Because now my clients get professional proposals within minutes of our call ending, and if you're tired of spending your evenings writing proposals instead of focusing on what matters, this video will be for you. Hey everyone, Simeon here, founder of WellGrow, and for the past decade I've been running service-based businesses. And one of the biggest bottlenecks I kept running into was the proposal process. You know how it goes. You have a great sales call, the prospect is excited, but then you need to spend hours creating a custom proposal. By the time you send it, the momentum's gone and they've moved to something else. That was my reality until I built this automated proposal system. And today I'm going to walk you through exactly how I set it up and how you can do it too, step by step. By the end of this video, you have the blueprint to create your own system that will save you hours every week and help you close deals a lot faster. Or if you're a busy business owner and don't have time to deal with that and you want me and my team to set it up for you, click the link in the description and book a call. So let's get into it. Before I show you the solution, let me paint a picture of what my life used to look like. After every sales call, I'd have to re-listen to the call recording to capture key details, manually type up client information, create custom pricing based on their needs, and design a professional looking proposal. Then send it out and manually follow up with each and every prospect. And this was taking me 1 to 2 hours per proposal, and with 5 to 10 sales calls per week, I was spending my entire day just on proposal creation. And you know what's the worst part? That the longer it took for me to send the proposal, the less likely was the client to sign up. So I was in this perpetual cycle where I spent tons of time trying to sign clients up, which ended up not signing because I was too slow. And I remember one week in particular where I had back-to-back calls and I couldn't get to the proposals until the weekend. By Monday, 2 of my hottest and best prospects had signed up with a competitor who got their proposals way faster. So that was my breaking point, and I knew there had to be a better way, especially with AI and automation. So what's the solution I've built and I'll show you today? An end-to-end automated proposal system that works like this. You have your sales calls as normal. The call gets automatically recorded and transcribed. AI extracts the key information from the transcript, and that information populates a custom survey form. You then quickly review the information and make any adjustments if necessary. It takes about 5 minutes. And then the system automatically generates a beautifully designed proposal using your template that you've already put together and sends it over to your client via email. And upon signing up that proposal, they automatically receive an invoice and they can pay online right there and then. And the beauty of this entire setup is that it happens in a matter of minutes, not hours. You can set this up with the tools that you already likely have access to, or if not, it would be wise to invest in a few of those. So let me show you exactly what you need to make this work. Here are the tools that make this system possible. First, you need some sort of a CRM platform or simply PandaDoc. My use case, I'm using Go High Level, a white label version of it. So if you want to get started with it and want to try how it works, click the link in the description. There's going to be a link where you can get started with a free trial. This serves as the backbone of our entire system, as all of the lead generation happens there, the client information, and we store everything in there. Second, you need a way to record and transcribe your calls, and for this I use Fathom Video, and it automatically transcribes all of my Zoom calls with incredible accuracy. There's other tools available out there. You just need a way to record the calls. And third, you need an AI assistant to extract that information from the transcripts. You can use ChatGPT or Claude. I'm personally using Poppy AI, which HostBot. Again, there's going to be a link in the description if you haven't used it and want to check it out. Fourth, you need a custom survey form built in your CRM, and this is where the extracted information will go. I've seen some people use Typeform or other survey providers. I just like to use the native ones in Go High Level since I'm already paying for it. And fifth, you need some sort of a proposal template. Again, this could be PandaDoc. I'm using Go High Level, and I designed my template in Canva. I imported them straight into Go High Level. But again, you can also use the templates that are already pre-built in the CRM and modify them as per your liking. And finally, you need to set up the automation for workflows and payment processing. And for payments and accounting, you could use QuickBooks or PandaDocs if you don't have the Go High Level CRM integrated. So this combo will do wonders. Now let's break down how to implement each piece of this system. So here are all the tools that we have access to. We have Fathom Video, which transcribes and records all of my calls. It's absolutely free. And you have recordings of all your calls. You can come into the call that you have with the prospect. and get the entire transcription. You simply copy it. Then I have my proposal generation model that I've custom built for myself, but you could use ChatGPT or Claude. It's not too complex. So the way it works is that I paste my transcript word for word, and then I have several prompts. So my first prompt is summarize the problems, and I have long version and short version of the prompt that would make sense in a second, as I'm going to show you what I have in my document that I would need to outline. So summarize the problems, write a short paragraph 2 to 3 lines describing the main problems that the user is facing, list the problems short in a bullet point format, focus only on actual problems and challenges they express, ignore greetings, unrelated small talk and general comments. So we copy that prompt, we come over to the chat section and we paste it in. We come back, we just delete the empty space and we paste our prompt. So in a second, we're gonna have the information we need. So we have the problems long, the context about their business, and information I can simply extract. Then I focus on the solutions. And for the solutions, I have another prompt. So read the following call transcript with the prospect carefully, summarize the solutions, write a short paragraph 2 to 3 lines max describing the solutions we can provide based on their problems and needs, and list the solutions in short, meaning the bullet points again, and always refer to our offer and audience tab when creating the solutions. And offer and audience tab is essentially 2 documents that I've created where I outline who is my ideal target client, as well as all the services that I could provide and how they look like in terms of implementation and timeline. So I always link that to my chat here. You can manually send those to ChatGPT or Claude if that's what you're using. I'm using Poppy AI as it's very easy for me to have everything connected, and I'm a visual person, so I love Miro. I love Poppy AI as I can connect different windows to my chat and makes it easy to have my scattered brain organized all in one place. So I paste the information again. So I say the second prompt, let's see what it comes up with. So here are the solutions, what we can implement. Great. And then the last part of it is the timeline and milestones. So I copy that again and I come in here and here's how it looks. Based on the solutions provided in the previous response, create a project timeline with realistic milestones. Define 3 to 4 clear milestones, each describing a major project achievement based on the solutions. Assign a timeline in days to each milestone, ensuring the project duration stays within the 14 to 30 days time frame. Format the output as milestone 1, timeline 1, milestone 2, etc. And then I paste that in. All of that will make sense in a second, as all of these are fields that we need to pre-populate within our form and our survey to later generate the template. And we already have our milestones. Okay, perfect. So now we come over to our form. I'm not going to use the client information. I'm just going to put mine for the sake of it, as I want to protect the client privacy. I'm just going to copy their details, but I'm going to show you how it would look. We put a phone number, we put an organization. So we grow, site wellgrow.io. Address, I'm not going to put that in here for now. Just going to put country blank. Invalid phone number, that's no good. Next, problems long and problems short. This is where we come back to our board here and we copy the problems. So we come back, we paste the long problems. Short, we come again and we copy them as is, and I make sure I add a little dash. Then next, we come back to our Poppy board for solutions. Implement we paste that into the form here. Implement, and then solution short, we come back and copy that again and we click next, and then milestone 1, 2, 3, 4. This is how I have it set up. For your use case, you might want to modify that and change it. I'll just copy the milestones. So I have milestone 1, AI agent setup and integration. Then I have timeline days 1 to 7. Then milestone number 2, have lead qualification system. We come in here, paste that in. It's going to be days 8 to 14. Then we have the multi-channel follow-up automation. That's days 15 to 21. Then we have the appointment reminder system. Click next. What is going to be the setup fee? What is going to be the monthly retainer? Then we click submit form. And now we've generated a new contact within our CRM system, and we can now create a proposal. So we just duplicate an existing template we've got. So we come over to templates, and you can design as many as you want. Okay. And you can copy an existing one you've got. You just click use template once you've built it. And the template I've designed with Canva. As you can see, this is the template I've got. My logo in here, the information, and I have left blank spaces based on information that will be customizable for each proposal that I generate. So that would be the date, prepared by, prepared for. Then I have the table of contents for the proposal. Then I have an entire blank page for the problems and solutions. Then I have a solution overview. Then I have scope of the work, success stories, and the timeline breakdown, where I have the milestones and the projected timeline. These are going to be, again, custom values. And then we have the financial breakdown, where we have how it looks. And then we have the service agreement with the provider and client. These are all custom variables, as well as information of how they could contact us. So this is the proposal and how it looks here. As you can see, it's the same one. Now the only difference is that we have the custom variables that we've added, and we do this by clicking on the add element, and you can select the fillable fields and just place them where it would make sense for you. Now in my case, I want to select recipient, and the primary contact would be me, because I've just created a filled out form with the information that you're going to see in just a second. So if we scroll down a little bit, what we'll work on, as you can see, that's the information. That's the problems, what we can implement. We have the solutions, problems overview, success stories. We have the timelines. Okay, these are going to be the timelines once I send it to the client. Then we have the setup fee, and you can modify it, what they're going to be charged for. So we can put 3,000 here. Display is going to be 3,000. And then what's going to be their monthly cost. So we have the CRM for the voice and chat agents. We'll leave that to that. And we have the price, the information, we have the service agreement, we have the provider, and we have the signature of both parties. So this is how you would create it. You can use the pre-built templates within Go High Level, or like I just did, use the Canva one and just leave blank the parts that you would want to have modified. As you can see, I have problems overview here, what we can implement, solutions overview, scope of work, success stories, timeline breakdown, and how it all ties down together. And once I click save, or actually let me save that, and I'll send it as well. And I can click send via email. So this is going to be the email they're going to receive. I'm not going to modify it, but you could do that in the template section. So they would automatically receive an email. Great speaking with you. I really enjoyed the conversation. View and sign proposal with all of the information. So all I have to do now is just click send, and I'll come over to my email just in a second. I should be receiving, as you can see, Simeon Krastev, well-grown AI-powered infrastructure proposal inside. Hey Simeon, great speaking with you. View and sign proposal. I'll just do it for the sake of it so you can see the very last step, which is actually the payment part. So I just have to fill it out here, and I can put my signature or just use one of the pre-built ones they have. Actually, this one's the best. Finish. So now it automatically redirects me to an invoice, which I can go ahead and pay. But this is really a game changer for us that's saving us a lot of time. So again, you need Fathom AI. You need some sort of a LLM model where you can feed that transcript to extract the information you need. You need a template, whether it's going to be the one that's pre-built in Go High Level or you design one from scratch in Canva. You need to set that proposal over in the Go High Level CRM under payments and documents and contracts. And then you need a form that you pre-populate for every customer. That's it. The first step is to set up the automatic recording and transcription of your sales calls. And as I said, I use Fathom AI, which integrates directly with Zoom. So for every single meeting that I have, it automatically records the meeting, asks the user on the other end if they're okay with me recording the call. And actually a lot of them prefer, as they're sharing sensitive details that would be relevant for the project later down the line. So I can even send them the call recording. All you have to do is simply sign up for Fathom. It's free, connect it to your Zoom account, and it will automatically record and transcribe every single call. What I love about Fathom is that it also provides AI summaries and key points from the actual call. It also helps me monitor who is talking more over the call and if there's any monologues, as well as any action items that are pending. So if you don't want to use Fathom, you can also use the Zoom's built-in recording feature and then run the audio through transcription tools such as Whisper or Otter AI. The key here is to have a searchable transcript that you can feed into the next step of our process. Now that you have your transcript, you need to extract the relevant information for your proposal. This is where AI comes in. I've created several different specific prompts that I personally use, and I have them in Poppy AI. And these prompts work incredibly well at pulling out exactly what I need from each and every conversation, even from the longest call, and just remove all the mumbling, the small talk, and the structured output makes it easy to copy and paste into our next step, which is actually filling out the form. The next step is to create a custom survey survey form in Go High Level or WellGrow, whatever is the platform you're using. It could be Typeform or any other provider that offers that capability. You can connect it via make.com, and that will serve as your bridge between your AI output and your proposal template. I have some basic client information such as name, company, email, address, phone. I have the project scope as well, services needed, timeline, as well as problems and solutions that we're going to be providing. And I have a pricing section at the very bottom that is customizable depending on the client needs. I have a section for special requirements or customizations needed. And I also have the capability for asking them about follow-up preferences, but that's more on the onboarding side. The key here is to make sure your form fields match the information your AI is extracting. That makes it super easy to just copy and paste the information you've extracted from the AI output directly into the form, which then helps you generate the proposal quick. I've also added conditional logic to my survey so that certain questions only appear based on the previous answers. This keeps the form relevant and quick to fill out. Step number 4 would be to create your proposal templates, and this is absolutely my favorite part, as you're going to be creating a beautiful proposal template that will automatically pre-populate with the information from your survey. And to design mine, I've used Canva. I've used some of their existing templates, used the color scheme of my brand as well as my logo to make a professional looking high-end template that looks super customized for the client. And it's super easy to do. It probably will take you a couple of hours, or you could pay somebody on Fiverr, Upwork, or any other of the design service providers. And you can create different versions for the different services or packages we offer. We have one for the AI sales infrastructure offer. We have one for the AI outreach that we do. Then we have custom AI projects and solutions that we do per client. And the key here is to include in your template a few things that are super good to have, and that's your logo, colors, fonts, client information, as well as section where they can sign the proposal. So you save a lot of time on that. And it's important to also have a clear outline of their pain points. It shows that you are listening. So we always leave that empty and blank so we can fill it out with the AI generated summary of our call. And you also will have your proposed solution. So again, we leave that blank so we can customize for each and every client. And then you would have the pricing and packages at the bottom. So again, you leave that as a customizable section. As far as the timeline goes, we always like to break it in 4 parts. You can have it longer, you can add less or more depending on how you want to go about. And it's also good to have some terms and conditions that protect both you and the buyer. It's also good to have the next step signature block where they can just sign and automatically receive an invoice after. So once you've designed your templates, you simply import them into your CRM as a PDF templates, and you merge the fields that will pull out the information from your survey, and they're essentially matched to the contact that you assigned the template to. And step number 5 is setting up the automation workflow. This is where everything comes together. We need to create an automation that takes the information from your survey form, creates a contact in your CRM or updates an existing one, and then you add this contact to your proposal template. Then it automatically sends it to the client, and it handles the signing process as well. Then it sends copy of the signed document to both parties and delivers an invoice upon signature completion. Then you can add actions for the following. You can generate a PDF from your template. You can customize the email you send with your proposal. You can send more links to case studies, information, or anything that you find relevant. And you can create a task for you to follow up if not signed within 48 hours. And after sending the invoice automatically when signed, the client can immediately pay and get started with the onboarding automation, which I'm going to share in one of the next videos. And the beauty of this system is that once it's set up, it runs on autopilot. So you just need to fill out the quick survey after each and every call, and everything else happens automatically. So what kind of results can you expect from implementing this system? I can only talk about what happened to me and my business, because I don't know what's your starting point, how many clients you're onboarding. But given that I was having an average of 10 calls a week, before automating, I was spending about 10 hours per week on proposals. Now with this system, I spend less than an hour, and that's 9 hours that I save every single week I can spend on other activities that grow my business. My proposal turnaround time went from anywhere between 24 to 48 hours to under 30 minutes now. And this alone has increased my close rates by 35% because clients now get proposals while they're still excited and hot about the up and coming conversation and project. The consistency in my proposals has also improved dramatically, and every client gets the same high quality experience every single time, regardless of how busy I was that week, or if I forgot to add or miss something, it's always in there, it's always added so they can check it out. And one of the recent client wins that we've got is that a client actually mentioned that the speed and professionalism of our proposal process was super important factor for them moving forward. And given that we're an automation company, it really makes sense for us to have those things in place. And people with money, they love speed. So if you're the fastest out there, fastest to respond, fastest to serve the market, you're gonna win big time. And if you implement this in your operations, you'll be faster and smoother than ever, and it will be such a lifesaver. In terms of ROI, this system is personally saving me about $1,500 worth of time every single week, and it paid for itself within the first month, given that I had to spend probably a couple of days to piece it together, design the template, come up with the sections that I wanted to design. So it's definitely worth investing in a system like that. Now I want to be transparent about some of the challenges that you might face along the way of implementing a system like that. First, the initial setup takes time. It took me about a week to get everything working smoothly. But remember, this is a one-time investment that pays dividends forever. So if you're super busy right now, you absolutely must do it in order to save yourself time later. Second, you need to refine your AI prompts over time based on a volume of calls that you get, and you figure out what your clients actually need, how you can synthesize it in a way that is streamlined. And sometimes the AI might miss some information, so be prepared to iterate your prompts to make it more accurate. And especially in the early days, make sure you actually look through the stuff that you're putting in, rephrase it, add it to the form the way it should be. That's why we still have it manual. Third, some clients might have unique requirements that don't fit neatly into your templates. For these cases, I keep a custom template that has more flexibility in it and a lot less information about the scope of the project we'll be building, and this requires a little bit more manual input on my side. Fourth, the technology sometimes fails. This is API calls and third-party tools, so I recommend always having a backup process for those rare occasions when the automation breaks down. I never had that personal experience, but just building AI automations in general, I know these things happen. The key is to start simple, then add complexity, and as you get more comfortable with the system, you can adjust it, add more graphics, add more testimonials. You don't need to implement everything once to get started and see results. And if you found this video valuable, I'd love if you could hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for more automation strategies like this one. And if you want to take this even further, I've created a video where I show you how to build a full AI sales infrastructure for your business. Just click the link in the description to book a demo below if you want it installed in your business. Else, just watch this video here.